morning! This video is brought to you by Trapline Transport, serving BC to Quebec, Canada with regional and long-haul Super B flat deck freight. With Trapline's experienced team, you can expect fast, efficient, and honest service. Our team will transport your valuable products across Western Canada with the skill and experience you can expect and count on. At Trapline, we are committed to you, our customer, building loyalty and long-term partnerships. We want you to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels where we will update you through each process from arranging a shipment to delivery at your door. Trapline understands that providing exceptional customer service is critical to building strong, long-lasting relationships with our customers. Just head over to traplinetransport.ca and get a free quote right now. We are here in Vancouver. Don't know if you saw the SkyTrain going by. I missed the Rocky Mountaineer. That's it. The Rocky Mountaineer. I missed the Mountaineer. Drove by with a bunch of passengers headed into the mountains. That was kind of neat. Unfortunately, I was busy loading and couldn't get to the camera. I think I hear another SkyTrain coming. Pretty sure I hear one. Could be a bus. Buses, trains, they all sound the same. Call them the SkyTrain. It's basically a subway, but it's up there instead of down here. It's on tracks. No, I definitely hear. There it is. And it can be anywhere from 2 to 6 cars hooked together. No operator, it's all computerized. So you can sit right in the front window if you want. Okay, I think I'm gonna turn around right here. So we'll back up a bit. There's another SkyTrain. Going to be all the way to one side. It's okay. It was straight until I didn't want it to be straight anymore. Or at least until I didn't care anymore. I could go down the back alley here and get onto the road that way. But the back alley can be a little full. So we're just going to jackknife her over here. My truck turning radius is so bad that I have to jackknife it. With other trucks you can do this in one shot. I know my last truck, one of my trucks, I had to be careful not to turn too tight or else I would jackknife the trailers. This one, it's impossible to jackknife the trailers.
Turn right on East Broadway, then take the third right.
You just want me to go that way and that way? Sure. I don't know how good of a road that is, but I'll do that. Kind of hard to see. It's a blind corner only due to trees. Got a dip in the road, and then because of trees I can't see if there's cars coming. for crying out loud. Okay. Hard pull. It's a steep uphill and making the corner with how bloody heavy we are. Let's get out of Vancouver. So I'm on vacation this week. So heads up, the videos are going to be out of sequence this week. You guys will get what you guys get. Be working on the RV. I would do a live stream out of the RV, except that Starlink cost 211 bucks Canadian a month for us to have it active, so we won't activate that until we use the internet regularly. How long does the advanced screen go? About that long. Which lane do I want to be in? I think I'll just take the center. I don't want to be right next to all those lampposts anyway. Come on, green. I want to stop on this steep hill. Don't make me stop on this steep hill. You're going to make me stop on this steep hill, aren't you? I'm going to have a red again before I get to the light. Maybe I'll get lucky. The pedestrian is counting down, so we're good. We're good. Close my window. Is that better? Forgot. It's loud on the microphone when I have the windows open. Yikes. Okay. We're just gonna do that. Okay, that's perfectly fine. All right, so we started here in Vancouver, right on the edge of Vancouver, on East Broadway. We're now on Grandview Highway, about to pass out of Vancouver. This intersection is the border to Vancouver. But we're still in the greater Vancouver area. We'll have to stay in Vancouver just a little longer. All right. right side. This is our last red light. Pull onto Trans-Canada Highway 1 after this intersection. Yep, glad I picked the center lane. Highway 1, overnight paving, 7 p.m. till something a.m. 5 a.m. Okay, good to know. GPS says no trucks allowed. Well, then why are you routing me on the HOV GPS? Route me on the actual highway, and then we'd have to worry about no trucks allowed. Welcome to Burnaby. So we have a problem. We've got a problem. I know, it took a while to get to the problem, but I have a problem. The problem is, can't fuel up. I stopped in Abbotsford last night to fuel up, and my card doesn't work at the pumps. So I tried fueling up in, is it Richmond? There's another ESSA card lock somewhere there on Highway 17. Tried fueling up there, card doesn't work. So now I'm gonna head back out of town. Got a quarter tank. My goal is to get to Chilliwack. I'm gonna call the boss. I'm gonna try the Chilliwack Esso. If all of a sudden I think I can't make it to Chilliwack, more likely I'm maybe gonna just head straight to Hope and wait and hope. Try the Hope Esso. But if all of a sudden I can't make it there, I'll stop at the Abbotsford Esso and just park there and then get the boss to get a different truck down my way. We'll see how it goes. Debating to go to the one lane over to the center lane. Don't count the HOV as a lane. I think this lane's a little faster though, but it caterpillars a little bit more. Speeds up, slows down. Speeds up, slows down. Because on ramp and off ramps. So I'm recording this a day after the August long weekend. The crazy traffic I had to deal with yesterday. It was nuts. I told Jess I'm going to leave a little early, and I ended up leaving 2 hours earlier than I needed to. like, I really want to be in Richmond by 9 p.m. Like, let's leave early, so that way I'll get there at 7 p.m. I got there at 10 p.m. Huge traffic jam in Princeton. Those of you guys that watched last week, Monday's video, the video that I think I called I'm about to do something dumb. I'm thinking about doing something dumb. I was concerned about the traffic. Manning Park traffic, it was about a half-hour delay. The rest of the delay started in Abbotsford and then didn't stop till I got to Richmond. Halfway to Abbotsford, halfway between Chilliwack and Abbotsford, we just came down to a screeching halt, and it took me hours extra time driving that. Also, I had a problem with the load cam fogging up. You know what? I'm gonna go to the center lane. I'm tired of this. Slow down, speed up. Let's get a little more consistent speed. What was I talking about? Crazy traffic? Yeah, not much else to say other than it was crazy traffic. Like here we can't do speed limit due to how much traffic there is, but this is nothing compared to yesterday. This is glorious open road compared to yesterday. So yeah, this load's getting delivered to Kelowna. This is likely the same load you guys saw in a video last week, Wednesday. At least if I get that video in. I haven't shot it yet. All right, Kia, get off your phone. Keep tapping their brakes and weaving, and I'm like, well, what are you up to? Very distracted. You shouldn't be distracted, especially on a multi-lane highway like this with traffic all around you. When you're alone on the highway by yourself and want to kill yourself, that you do you. But when you're in traffic, take a bunch of other cars out. looking forward to getting out of the traffic. But that's still hours away. Not until past Chilliwack. I was going to call it a bridge, but I'm like, is it the right bridge? Yeah, Portman Bridge. Going over the Fraser Highway. Fraser River. There we go. Fraser River. Somehow I'm on the outside lane again, but that's okay. And seeing all the railroad beds on. Big switching yard down there. I don't know if it comes across on video or not, but always cool. Always cool. Climb. Seven minutes of delay added. Yay! That means we still have traffic jams up ahead, but not bad. I'll take 7 minutes over 3 hours yesterday. lens on the load cam was fogging up. Apparently it wasn't all the way tight when I drove through that rainstorm, shooting video through the rainstorm a week and a bit ago. Got moisture in the lens. I cleaned it out, but it still fogged up like crazy in the last video I shot, so hopefully I got it nice and cleared out for today's video. We'll see. We'll see when I edit this video. Hopefully I figured it out. Used some alcohol wipes, cleaned it all out. Alcohol should evaporate some moisture in there, and kept the lens apart from the camera for a while just to let it evaporate. Hopefully that worked out. I was looking at that 360 camera that DJI Osmo has, and it's like, ooh, I found a very big downside to that camera. No replaceable lenses, no lens covers, nothing. It's like, ooh, that's not good. Like, I know me and how much our cameras get scratched up. Having a camera without replaceable lenses means that camera's only going to last as long as I don't get scratches on it. Like, that's a hard out for me. So we definitely won't be buying the first version of the 360 camera. We'll see, maybe in a year, see if they come up with a new one and see if they have replaceable lenses. I know the Insta360 has replaceable lenses, at least the new one. We have now, I have replaced lenses on them. I'll leave lens covers on these. Two of them so far. I've got one and more brand new lens cover in my backpack. I've got two that are used that are slightly scratched. Basically, in emergency, if I get one really scratched, I can still use the ones that are slightly scratched. But you know, when you hit road signs and stuff with the cameras and trees, they tend to get scratched. Up to an intersection that usually backs us up. I don't want to be in the center lane with a load this heavy, because there's a hill coming up, and then I would look like the jack wagon being in the left lane. entering Langley. Apparently you're not supposed to breathe water. You're only supposed to drink that. My bad. Here's 200th. 200th Street usually backs us up. But it's 10 a.m. so I think pretty light traffic this time of day. Nobody's going out for lunch yet, but most people are still headed into town instead of leaving town. We've got a truck in front of us with four-way flashers on, so I am going to go to the center lane. Oh, it's just a traffic jam. Okay, should have stayed on the outside lane. I saw the four-way flashers, I'm like, oh, broken down truck. But they turn on four-way flashers because of the traffic jam. I get it. I get it. It was a bad call on my part. Try to get back to the right lane as soon as I can. As of right now, it looks like I made the right call, but that can change very quickly with heavy traffic like this. I didn't really leave that space for you, but maybe what I do is just turn my signal light on here at some point. And it looks like there's a bit of a gap, and see if they make a bigger gap from me. I just want to be moving at least some speed to try that. The Cube van has decided they're HOV now. As I'm keeping up with the traffic here in the left lane, I'm not doing any harm being in this lane. I'm not impeding any traffic, but I don't like being in this lane for this long. front of me sure bounces. I think it's just pure leaf springs on that thing. It's got to be a wonky ride to have the rear axles bouncing on you the whole time. HOV lanes ends up here. Okay, so it should clear out here. They changed the way that this works. It used to be that the far right lane used to end and had to merge into the center lane, but now they've changed it so that the left HOV lane merges into the center lane. Just as you think you can speed up, you gotta hit the brakes. Because of all the HOV merging into the left lane, or to the center lane, we're going to be the slow lane here, and I didn't get over in time. I just haven't seen a single gap where I can get in. Hoping there'd be a bunch of people that took the exit here and I'd have a gap to merge in, but no luck. think they're merging earlier than they used to. They used to merge on the bottom of the hill. Someone's over height. Oh, it's the chip truck. Chip trucks often set those off. They're just high enough to set the sensor off, but they're low enough to make the bridge. We got a gap. Got a gap. We'll merge on in. When the left lane's starting to be the faster lane, I'm going to merge into the right lane. Just for the sake of, as we start speeding up, I'm going to have a harder time keeping up with the traffic, especially with a steep hill coming up ahead. See, made some wrong calls there, but it worked out. I didn't gain any spots, didn't really lose any spots. One lane was faster at some sections and the other lane was faster in the other sections. It sort of just worked out. Hey, Peterbilt, get off your phone, buddy. It's got paperwork in one hand and the phone in the other hand. Not too sure I want to be beside you. Here's that little bridge. Red League Transport, your driver's on the phone. Literally one hand barely holding onto the steering wheel. So the left hand's barely holding on the steering wheel with paperwork, and right hand texting away, copying stuff off of the paperwork. Some good speed. I think it's looking pretty smoky up ahead. Here we have 3 lanes for a little bit, but the right lane is an exit only. But it's a couple of miles before it becomes an exit only. So if all of a sudden I was super slow in this lane, I would move one lane over, but a lot of people take this next exit. Okay. I need to find a spot to pull over to do a load secure check. In previous times I would have used this exit to do that. I can't because of the redesign of the exit. I mean, I like the exit better the way it is now than the way it used to be, but it has taken away a spot we can pull over and do a load secure. I mean, it's not super critical. I can see in my mirrors, none of my straps are loose or flapping. Everything looks nice and tight. So with a load like this, you can see the load. It's not super critical, but legally I do need to pull over right about now, and that's just not possible. I don't want to just use a wider section of shoulder like that right there. I could easily fit in there, pull over, do a load secure. But with the traffic being what it is, I would be a serious obstacle trying to get back in onto the highway without an on-ramp to gain speed. I really want to pull over somewhere where I have an on-ramp so I'm merging with traffic at speed and not merging it from a standstill, from a stop. This has changed. This has drastically changed. Interesting. Yeah, whenever they add another lane to a highway, the bridges, the overpasses are always the most work. All the bridges and overpasses. Rough road here. They've done some temporary paving. We're driving on what used to be the shoulder. It is nice that we're going to get another lane over here. Desperately needed. guess I'm gonna have to ask the boss for a new fuel card. It means it's gonna be a new password to the fuel card. I'm gonna learn all that again. And you've been using the exact same password for 1.5 years on the card. Just like when you change the pass card on your debit and credit card machine or card, it's like, dang nabbit, what is my new password again? I like changing them every now and then. I always find it interesting, all this construction equipment painted white. BA Blacktop seems to be the company name. From all the excavators, everything is painted white. Instead of the usual orange or yellow, the classic yellow construction equipment. One company has everything in white. Into Abbotsford. I was hoping we'd get a good shot of the Baker Mountain. Unfortunately, there's too much smoke and too much cloud. It's kind of just a hair to our right, but it's all covered in clouds. It's a pretty spectacular mountain if you can get it. Kind of a 50-50 if you're going to get a shot of it or not. But welcome to Abbotsford. I think we're going to call it a day here. Like I said, the rest of the week's of videos are going to be stuff I've recorded in the past, so who knows what it is. I can't remember. And then just remember the credits. If you're a member, the credits at the end of the videos will be whoever was members when I edited that video, and not when it got released. And then next week, back to normal videos. Jess will be along next week. I know you guys haven't had Jess for a while now, but it just didn't time out right. But that's okay. She'll be with next week. So for now, I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock.